Cricket fans love statistics, so here's one they might find interesting. Last year, 15 of England and Wales' 18 counties recorded financial losses totalling around $14 million, in a business where income streams are notoriously fickle.
You do a budget at the start of the year and you keep your fingers crossed. You're working on incomes through the gate, depending on the weather, depending on the handouts from the ECB, all those kind of things. A lot of it's out of our control.
That's something Surrey found last year when it hosted what ought to have been a lucrative test match.
We hosted the Pakistan tour, which had alleged match fixing and betting scandals, and that kind of negative publicity does have an effect when you're trying to then sell tickets to a sporting event.
This year Yorkshire will host just one day of international cricket, a 50-over match that'll be absolutely crucial to the county's annual income. How much of your income would be dependent on that day, roughly?
Over half.
On one day's cricket?
Yeah, in terms of what we take through gate receipts, sponsorship and everything else.
Each year England plays 7 home test matches, but now there are 9 test venues. And many bidding wars combined with counties spending up large on ground improvements to better their chances of hosting tests have come at a cost.
I think everyone's got caught rather in a perfect storm where money's been available to be borrowed and everyone's been chasing international cricket.
And the counties are never going to find financial relief through the 4-day county competition.
Yorkshire is in fact one of the best supported counties, but looking around today, to be honest, it looks like there's about 1,200 people here, and that's perhaps being generous by about 200. So while I am no accountant, I would imagine that today does not represent a big money-spinning event for the club.
When you take account of your player salaries and everything else, county cricket is not an income earner when it comes to the 4-day game.
You do not make money out of county cricket, that is a fact.
It's hardly surprising the 4-day game is suffering. Squeezed in amongst a variety of formats of the game, matches are now mostly played midweek in a schedule that can be both confusing and unattractive.
Most of the fixtures are being played early in the season now, where the weather can be pretty average, and there's a feeling that it's been sidelined, certainly.
Starts too early. Our next county match is about 2 months down the line.
One effect of the straight-in financial times is that counties are now looking to spend less on salaries, particularly for overseas players. At Yorkshire, 10 of the 11 players in this match were homegrown.
The Yorkshire public like to see homegrown players playing in the first 11, but at the same time we also want to win, so we've got to try and balance development with winning.
Developing 1 year, 2 years, it's just a conveyor belt. Yorkshire will not have to go out and buy anybody.
I wouldn't want to win a championship with, say, 5 South Africans.
Although it's perhaps an easier policy to follow for the country's most successful county, one with a strong homegrown tradition, 700 cricket clubs, and numerous players desperate to don the white rose.
There's a lot of history that comes with the club, a lot of prestige, and it's a great honour to be part of it.
It's a great honour, and the history of this club is a massive achievement to play for Yorkshire, so yeah, it's fantastic.
A few years ago, 2020 cricket was seen as a financial saviour for the counties, and last year the fixture list was actually extended. But for many counties that didn't equal more money. This season fixtures have been scaled back again.
We went from having 10 to 16 2020 matches, and what we found was that we had a similar overall gate. It was just spread over more games.
It's not about expanding the number of games, it's who plays in those games. It's making those games attractive.
As with any new product, it will go in a cycle. So I'm very, very convinced that there is enough substance in 2020 to make sure that it's here for the long term.
Notts have made a tremendous recovery in their game.
As for the 4-day game's future, another harbinger of doom, maybe, that as much as waiting for a wicket to fall, many of the crowd here appeared to be waiting for God.
When we all die off, there'll be nothing left.
One thing that refuses to die, the rumour that some counties may have to merge to save themselves.
That's a matter for others, it's a matter for counties. I think that is something that is available to counties, first-class counties at all time, but it's really a matter for them rather than ECB.
But some are convinced the ECB, which does have a $32 million rainy day fund, will never let a county go bust.
I don't think that will happen, but if there was, that would be a matter for the ECB board to consider as and when it happens.
There's something like 52 football clubs that have gone into administration in the last 10 years. So far there hasn't been a cricket club, and I hope that continues.
Although given current circumstances, that statement about the future of the game may be an optimistic rather than bold declaration.